Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. This might be quite a short one, but I recently saw that it was the 40th anniversary of the start of the conflict of the Falkland War. I think it was. I think it began 40 years ago today. So it's obviously the anniversary of such an event, and so I thought I'd give my 2 cents, as I say, or in other words, opinions about the Falklands War. And trying to give what I think would be the fairest solution. And as ever, I'd love to hear what other people think in the comment section, or read what other people think at least, and hear and listen to and read different opinions and debates. As many people probably know, I live in the UK. I won't say where just in case, but for data protection purposes, excuse me. But I'm not that patriotic. You can probably tell by a lot of my videos. I'm quite an anti-imperialist. But anyway, I'll try and be a bit more coherent with my thoughts if I can. But again, I'd love to hear what you think or what other people think, and debates from both sides of the argument, hopefully as politely as possible. As I often say, it's freedom of speech. So if people want to be rude or whatever, then that is their choice as well, of course. But yeah, so I think looking at it from both sides, points of view, both sides of the argument. I was thinking, incidentally, it would be great if mixed race people could be like diplomats and not take any particular side, perhaps in most debates, or try and do what we think is right, or we think is right at least, or what we think is best for the world, or whatever. Because I don't always like to say absolute right and wrong, because I think a lot of time it is debatable. But if we deal with facts and listen to both sides of the argument, so I think it'd be great if in the future, if mixed race people like myself could be like diplomats. In diplomatic disputes, which are mostly about borders, or probably all about borders. But yeah, so I was thinking from, let's say, Britain's point of view, they could say that, I think a lot of people from Britain argue that the Falkland Islands, I think they say no one lived there, or if they did, apparently they said they were all pirates or something like that, or all crooks or whatever. But then again, they said a lot of similar things about people from Africa and Argentina, which is mostly which is mostly people who live there are mostly of Italian ancestry, Spanish. Them are probably mixed with Italian and Spanish, which are which I would class as olive skin. So, from a bias point of view, I suppose I would support them, but it would be probably a little bit biased because both countries, or all three countries, like Britain, Italy, and Spain, if you like, are all former colonies or people who colonised other countries. And one of the solution I thought of really was to maybe internationally, maybe the Falkland Islands could be given to the indigenous people across the Americas to share, not even just the ones from Argentina, but from Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, and literally all of the Americas, all the indigenous people who are left in the Americas to run. Although I think capitalism is more of something that they probably had different systems. So indigenous people from the Americas and Australasia are not in a system where they are in a good position. So, for instance, if the Falkland Islands was given to the indigenous people, goodness, it keeps telling me my connection's gone. I don't know why you say that. I can't imagine them I can see the timer in the corner, but it keeps telling me my connection's gone. Internationally, that hasn't stopped countries fighting over land or territory. But if it's international, then mainly the international community could say to Britain and Argentina, you can't fight over that land now. It's actually owned by the indigenous people, although that could benefit also the countries within the Americas, because if they do well financially, they would have more spending power, which they would spend in their countries. But I also think that in the Americas, including in Latin America, also including Argentina and Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Peru, and places like that, as well as Mexico and America, I think more support and political rights and legal rights, and as well as human rights generally, should be given to the indigenous peoples from the Americas. So I think that covers all my thoughts for now. I hope this video uploaded properly, because it keeps telling me that my connection's unsecure. I don't know why. Although, again, I can see the clock telling me that I've been going for nearly 6 minutes. So, as I say, I did want to keep this video short. So, please share your opinions. And if I think of anything that I've forgotten, I'll post them in the comments below. And I'm out. Peace out.